I had to defend Hannah McNair beyond our show last night. Tyler, you remember Ron yesterday getting all personal about that Cal McNair
that's not
video.
Right. I didn't get personal.
I thought that video was so good, man. So friggin' funny.
Everybody I've heard talked about it thought the video was funny. I don't laugh at that. That humor's not funny to me. That dry humor, that's not real funny to me.
You didn't like it either. She didn't hear you say that.
Ron really didn't like it.
I told you, man. I didn't like the way it had him look.
So based off our conversation, right? We get done with the show, and I sit down with some friends that have a kid the same age as one of the McNair's boys, and they play baseball against each other. And apparently Hannah gets a little mouthy at the Little League park.
Shocker.
No.
Exactly.
How about that?
What I never guessed.
So, I mean, like, the questions just start – after that segment, man, and because it's right at the end of the show, the questions just started flooding in, man, like, you like Hannah McNair? I said, yeah, I like Hannah. Why? Hannah's cool as hell. Why? What's wrong? She's a real – I said, what happened? Little League Park. She got real mouthy at the Little League Park. Now, to be fair, I was talking to a very, very like family to me, and I used to go watch her play softball, so I know how her family acts. And then I've grown up with her and her brother and everybody else, so I know how we get down on that side of town. So I told her, I said, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Hannah would she'd fit in real good over here with the Baytown crowd rooting for their kids to Little League Park now. Yeah. All that chirping y'all do. But apparently so I had to talk her off the cliff, man. Everybody really loves Cal. Everybody in the group really loved Cal.
Mine was out of love, too.
Everybody loved Cal, man, but it was real questionable about what Hannah had been up to. Apparently Hannah she went off the rails at some Little League park.
I bet she gets real good and emotional.
Sounded like it. I had to explain, look, man. They're from Montgomery County,
passionate, man. Passionate.
They're from Montgomery County, man. They'll get a little loose in Little League parks now. Just
Oh yeah.
Hey, they got a lot in common with them Baytown folks now. We all get loose at the Little League park. My mom was the loudest one there all the time. I mean,
also shocked.
Dog cussing the announcer for mispronouncing my last name, like it's Brown or something. Like anyway, it was wild.
By the way,
I got you back.
I know you're transitioning, Clint, but by the way, happy birthday to Hannah tomorrow. Tomorrow's old Hannah McNair's birthday.
I'll be damned. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, man. Hopefully we can get a win this weekend and you and Cal can celebrate.
Happy 27th.
So don't be rude, Ron.
How you think Hannah and Cal celebrate a birthday?
Oh, he's on the grill for sure.
I'm gonna stay out of that one.
On a grill?
I'm gonna step out of that one.
Oh, I think everybody knows where you're going.
I'm just stepping out of it.
You think he grills at the house? You don't think they hit the finest restaurant in Houston?
Oh, they might do that too, but I'm sure it's
as you said. If they want a good steak,
I don't think Hannah's settling for the grill. I think they're hitting some fine dining in the city.
Well, I'm sure she's listening. She may text.
Well, hopefully we can get a big win this weekend and everybody be happy.
Happy birthday, Hannah.
Oh, there you go, kissing up. There you go.
Trust me, it ain't kissing up. I'm just telling you, happy birthday. I don't think she thought I was kissing up last night, did she?
Well, look, we got to get a dub against the Card. And what it looks like, I think, is a big part offensively this week. NFC game, I don't know that it has a ton of bearing, Ron, on the AFC picture and what our playoff picture looks like. I think the next 3 games are going to be the big ones, but it's a game that there's a lot of room for improvement for the offense. And I think the biggest question here, obviously, is what does the offense look like after last week's second half, kind of struggled second half last week. Can this offense get on track before the playoffs to get here and before the defense hopefully they don't, but the defense may need a little bit of help at some point in time to get a lead and to get a win. This is an interesting week, Ron, because it comes down to what should the approach this week be. Obviously get a win, right? Obviously get a win. But I think there's a couple of things that they need to get their hands around. The problems that came up in the second half last week, I think have to change this week. And really moving forward in general. The defense's ability to take Nico Collins out of a game by just bringing a corner down and wrap safety to the top and him never moving, him never getting, really doing much other than cutting his splits, that has to come to a stop. That has to come to a halt. And all I want, like if you're fans out there and you're watching the Texans, before the ball is snapped, if they're moving Nico Collins in motion this week. I think it's one of those deals where even Nick Caley looks at it and says, we got to get it done.
Yeah, it's just unacceptable, Clint, to have a possession. It feels like, let alone an entire half that you don't have a target or a catch to Nico Collins.
I'm good.
Like that is almost hard to do.
I'm good with the possession. I got to see that my OC, as a Texans fan, I just want to see my OC realize, hey, man, we need this guy more than just letting him be taken away. I understand the spread the football around thing, but there's going to come a time when you need your best player who's difficult to tackle, who can run every route in the book, hand. We got to find a way to get the ball in his hands. And a big part of that is when you are struggling like you were in that third quarter, I see you, little fella. You're all right, bub. I see you. But when you are struggling in a quarter like that, and one way to get out of that funk is to find 12 and get the ball to him. And so that's one thing that I want. I don't care what the score is this week. That's one thing that I want to see more of from jump. I want to see 12 moving in motion. The other things, we talked a lot about it yesterday, Ron, the quick game and the screen game are absolute must this week. And I think they're must this week because it's got to become a bigger part of our offense. They're going to run the football and play defense. We're going to minimize the risk, and that's who we are. And I'm good with that. That's exactly who we are. And if you're going to do that, the best way to maximize the ball control offense, if you will, is to have a good quick game, good screen game. You got to make teams, if you can't protect constantly and good enough to let your receivers get downfield, we got to be able to stretch them sideline to sideline and make them defend us the 53 and a third or 53 and 2/3, whatever, however hell wide a football field is. They got to defend sideline to sideline. The way you do that is quick game, screen game, run game, and I think they've got to incorporate more of that quick and screen game in the mix here. And I think this week is a really, really good time to get that rolling.
Well, as we talked about yesterday, that has to start being a part of. You would think it is the natural thing in a passing game, one that you can slow down pressure in a pass rush if that's what you struggle with, and if you are going to be ball control, play through our defense, the other way to help it is sustaining long drives, and I think a way to sustain long drives is you're always, even with the quick game, you're always getting 5-6 yards, and maybe a missed tackle turns into a bigger play, but you're always ahead of schedule. You're always ahead of the chains, and that would help you keep the ball.
I think it goes hand in hand with that defensive-minded, run the football, control the clock mentality. But what you just said is the real reason, right, is we have had we're two coordinators in with having real problems at the line of scrimmage, consistently picking up pressures. And one way you can quote-unquote pick up pressures is screen game, quick game, minimize the opportunities for that pressure to get home. And so you look around the league, and just some of the more run-oriented teams, some of the better play callers. I mean, there's a lot that gets done around the line of scrimmage in terms of getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands. And a lot of that is to not let the defense tee off, not let the blitzes get home, not let a Chris Jones ruin, drives in quarters of a game. So I think that just absolutely has to happen, not just because this is a bad Arizona team, but because I think they're going to need that moving forward to take some of the pressure off of our defense. I got a couple of things here real quick, Ron, that I don't know that I don't even know if it's realistic to ask. But I would love to see them establish the run and use some guys other than Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. Those guys have to play, obviously, to a certain degree.
We'll see about Nick Chubb,
At least one of them does. But we absolutely have to have those guys down the stretch, man. I mean, Woody Marks is the one you absolutely have to have, but Chubb, life is going to be hard for Woody Marks if we don't have Chubb.
So this is more you want to see those guys get a little bit of their load lifted, as opposed to you want to see somebody else see another weapon.
But I think if you go in there and you handle your business, you could. I want to see. I know who Dare Gumbawale is, right? I want to see a British Brooks. I want to see this Cody Schrader kid that they that they signed. I mean, I loved watching him in college. I want to see if he's got a little something brings a little something to the table, so that we don't look up and in 2 or 3 weeks we're in the same situation to where, what are you going to do with the second string running